How's it going, everyone? It is Andre Williams, and over here we talk stocks and we focus on one thing. Always protect your profits. And you know what time it is. It is time for the joke of the day. If you're new to this channel, we do this 5 days out of the week. Maybe you had a long, maybe you had a stressful day, or maybe it was in market conditions while you came to watch this video, plus hear one of my corny jokes. Here it comes. What did the tomato say to the other tomato during a race? Catch up. Not too bad. But anyways, what we're going to be talking about today is OCGN, which ended up having a green day. So, of course, you know, that is very exciting to see. I'll talk about it further inside this video. I won't waste any more time. Let's jump into the agenda. If you're new to this channel, I just want to let you know we have timestamps down below inside the description. But if you're a shareholder or you're thinking about taking a position, I highly suggest you watch this full entire video. So the first thing we're going to go over is the technical analysis. We're going to be taking a look at the overall price action. We want to know support. We want to know resistance, and what are some levels we want to look for in case for a bullish case scenario or even in a bearish case scenario. And then we're going to go on Fintel, taking a look at the recent institutional ownership and as well as the short interest information. We know already, depending on how shorts are vested inside of this play, as far as their positions and looking at the short volume, will have an impact on the way the stock performs. And then we're going to go and take a look at the order flow distribution, where institutions loading up on shares. Was there a lot of buying on the retail side? Was there a lot of selling? We're going to figure that all out. And then when all of that is done, we're going to go over the final thoughts and more details as well. So we're going to do a technical analysis for OCGN. Let's see how it performed on the day. So it ended up closing at $8.33, being up 0.85%. On the low, it tested $8.23, and then on the high, testing $8.66. When we take a look at the volume stats on the day, you can see we traded at 12.012 million shares, and then for the average volume over 10 trading days being at 33.615 million shares. So when we have below average volume like this, it's always great to see that we end up having a green day. Now, when we take a look at our chart, which is a 1-year daily chart, we can see for the RSI down below, it is right around 56.02. And when we take a look at the moving averages on our chart, we have strength above all of them, which is the 200-day, the 100-day, the 50-day, and as well as the 21-day EMA. So as far as where we tested on a low at $8.23, this was also good to see. I was saying in the video yesterday, as long as we hold up $8, I like how things are looking. So the fact that we have support at $8.23, we want to see a continuation of that going into tomorrow. As far as for the high is concerned, we did have some resistance here right at $8.66. So what I'd want to see, if we're able to pass this level, I'd want to see a move going to a next $8.81 and then seeing where we can go from there. We're already clear and aware that $9 is an area of resistance. It's also a psychological area where I can see a lot of traders that would be taking a lot of profits as well. And as far as for the bearish case scenario, if we do end up having a pullback and going further behind $8.23, I'm going to stay with my stance of holding up $8 or being above the 21-day EMA at $7.96. All right, so that's a bearish case scenario if we end up having a pullback. But like I said, if you have high conviction, this could be an opportunity that's worth actually considering. So now let's jump into the short interest information. So we're going to take a look at the recent institutional ownership and short interest information for OCGN. So as we scroll down further on the page, green rows indicate new positions while red rows indicate closed positions. So when we see what happened for October the 19th, we have Elevest Inc. that purchased 46 shares from the filing. And then also we see for October the 19th, Arcadios Wealth Advisors closed out their positions as well, as you can see from the share change being 100%. Now, as we take a look at the short interest information, the dark pool short volume ratio is at 45.52%, and then for the dark pool short volume being just over 5.4 million shares. Scrolling down further, the short shares availability is at 1.3 million, updated 16 minutes ago. And then for the short borrow free rate, it is at 2.12%. Scrolling down further, we could see here for the close of October the 15th for the short volume ratio, it was at 55.20. And now to close as far as for the 18th, which was yesterday, being at 45.52. So we see it went down a little bit, and of course no surprise due to the fact, hey, it did pull back and then it recovered quickly. So shorts want to make sure they're not putting themselves in a bad position here. So seeing this is great, but one thing we do know for a fact, OCGN does continue to have short squeeze potential. So now let's jump into the order flow distribution. Now let's take a look at the order flow distribution for OCGN. So we could see here on the inflow, it was 21.68, and then on the outflow, it was 20.18. When we take a look at the breakdown on the large, we have 0 for both. On the medium, we had 15.55, and then on the small, we had 6.13. On the outflow side, on the medium, we had 13.97, and then on the small, we had 6.21. When we take a look at the large scale orders in the last 5 days, you can see for today, we ended up having 0. So with this inflow day, as far as the breakdown is concerned, yes, we did have a lot of buying, but we mostly had selling happening on the retail side. And then when we take a look at the medium, we had a lot more buying that was going on than in regards to selling. So that is also good to see. So taking this data into consideration, I do like the fact that OCGN is able to stabilize itself in that $8 range. We already know how crucial this is for myself and why I look forward to OCGN continuing to do this, because again, it builds on that anticipation. And of course, as it gets closer to that date that WHO let us know on, then we can see this stock starting to move up a bit further. So now let's jump into the final thoughts, and we'll go into some more details as well. So for my final thoughts for OCGN, it's great to see we're able to hold down support at $8.20 on the day. If we do decide to pull back, like I was talking about inside of the technicals, I just want to see us actually have strength above the 21-day EMA, which is around $7.96. So not far off whatsoever. We are going to be getting an update sometime next week. So this is why I say, if you've done your homework and you've done your due diligence, again, there's been some opportunities that have presented itself to get this stock at a pretty decent price. Of course, if you want to wait out, by all means, you could do that to see if there's more volatility inside of the play, because that is something that we have gotten used to when it comes to OCGN. And also, when we went on Fintel, taking a look at the short interest information, yes, we do see there was a decrease in the short volume ratio, but that's of no surprise. But one thing to keep clear is that we still continue to have short squeeze potential, and just knowing that the short volume ratio being above 40% gives us a clear indication of that. So this is why, if you're inside of this play, I want to make sure you're prepared for what's going to be coming ahead, and you have a game plan and a strategy to how you're going to be approaching this. The last thing that you want to do is wait till the last minute when this stock is at $9, $10, wanting to say, you know what, let me get into a position. So as far as it being at the price point where it's at right now, I would give it some heavy consideration and just make sure that it actually fits whatever plan that you may have in regards to how much you want to spend, and also not treating this thing like it's a lottery ticket. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and we'll be talking real soon. And of course, I'm looking forward to seeing how OCGN performs going into tomorrow.